Hello and welcome.
Hi, thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. And people are getting to see a thing over your forehead saying your default speaker has changed. Thank you, Zoom. I appreciate that. It's exactly what I wanted right now. Do you want to tell us a bit more, a bit about yourself and yeah,
Yeah.
what we're going to be doing right now?
Well, yeah, I'm Rutger and Hollander from the Netherlands, and I have ADHD, not a little bit, but very much. And also, I am autistic, and yeah, I'm very happy that I have that. And what I did is I started in the Netherlands with making an app for people with ADHD. That was 8 years ago, and I made it together with Professor Sandra Coy, well known in the world also for ADHD. And now I have teamed up to make one special app for all the people with ADHD and autism also in the UK. And I'm doing that together with Psychiatry UK. And yeah, if it is possible, then I would like to show you something that we are making now, and is special for people to help themselves. Because yeah, when you have your diagnosis, then it only is starting. And yeah, ADHD, you have it not for a few minutes or a few years, but you have it your total life. So it's possible I can show. Yeah, this is my presentation. This is our little robot. He is helping everybody to help you with your symptoms. You can go to the next screen. And so we are making a health and lifestyle planning app because yeah, ADHD, you don't have it only in your head, but it goes from the morning to the evening. You will have problems with it, and you must find your superpowers that will help you to conquer your world and to make you much happier. You can go to the next screen. And so what I've made an ADHD platform. I'm self a patient. Everybody who works in our office has also have ADHD. I don't feel like a patient, I'm not sick, I'm not in the hospital. And we work together with specialists. And now we work together with the specialists from Psychiatry UK. In the Netherlands, it is also paid by the insurance companies. And in the UK, it will be paid by the NHS. We can go to the next screen. So what is very important in our life is that we have two times. We have now and not now. And I knew that I have to give this presentation a few months ago, but a few months ago it was not now. And 1 week ago it was also not now. Yesterday it was also not now. This morning it was also not now. And 1 hour ago, yeah,
I think
then
that's
it
when
was
you
now.
sent it. When did you send it in to us? When did we get it?
Yeah, I think 30 minutes ago. So 1 hour ago. And then it was now. So that is the main thing. What we have is the whole life. Yeah, every time we are doing things at the last time, or mostly it will be too late or just on time. So that's why also my presentation. Yeah, you received it 1 hour ago.
Well, thank you. Right, we go back. We'll go back to the
Yeah,
presentation. I'm going to try and bring your video into it so people can see it. So they'll see but over
perfect.
to you. And yes,
Yeah, you can go to the next one. Yeah, so it is not now. That was yeah, yesterday also not now. This morning it was also not now. You can go to the next screen, and then yeah, people are calling me and saying you have to give the presentation. You have to send it. Please send it now to us. Yeah, you can go to the next screen.
and that was
Uh,
what was wonderful. Christine chasing you. So thank you,
yeah,
Christine.
Christine was chasing me. Thank you very much, Christine. I got a lot of emails from you. No, but that is not needed. So for me, it is like this. I am relaxing. I know always, I will do it. You can go to the next screen. But yeah, I can imagine that Christine is doing like this. And yeah, that is what we see, a lot of times that other people are thinking, what the are you doing? And we don't, we think, don't sweat, it will come. You can go to the next screen. So what our goal is for our the help app, because it's called the help app, is helping patients to help themselves. Because yeah, you can have a diagnosis, you can have medication, you can also have a treatment, but then you have to do it by yourself your total life. And For me also, personally, it is, I wanted to stop surviving and I wanted to live a happy life. It feels when you have ADHD that you have to survive every day, and things are going, a lot of things are going wrong, and every time you have to get up and you have to get up. So I want to stop surviving and go into living, and find my ADHD superpowers. So then I, will be much more happier with my life, and everything will go much easier. So how do we do it? Well, we have made a self-management toolkit with specialists, and there are more than 350 tools in there. There, I will show you later also. There's also a community in it. And what is important is the titration and the safeguarding from Psychiatry-UK. So the specialists, the doctors, the nurses, they will do the titration with you to make sure that you will have also the right medication. And after that, you will have your self-management programs. So with ADHD, it is not like abracadabra, I just want, I want to solve all my problems. I just can sleep at once. You have to do something for it. And we want to do things, but only we don't know what to do. So when we got a diagnosis, we're thinking, okay, and now what? But then a lot of times you get in a very big waiting list, and you don't want that. So also people are not coming to a waiting list anymore for Psychiatry UK. They will just start directly also with the help app. And this is how we look every time, we want to start, and we always start too late. And that's why we make the app, so you can already start with yourself and with help from other people. So this is the starting point in our app. You get a dashboard, and then you see our little robot. He will greet you every day, every morning, every evening, and he will help you. So he will help you to make an agenda. And with the agenda, you can, for example, I take Alphans, 50 milligrams every day. It helps me very much. And I take it 2 times per day. And then you can also get reminders from our little robot, so you don't forget it. We also have made, I'll show you later, a medication box with Bluetooth, and it connects to the app. And then when you need to get your medication, you take it from your medication box, and then it gives directly a sign with Bluetooth to the app that you've taken your medication. For everything what you will see, you will also get rewarded. And that is very important in our mind, because then we get dopamine, and then you want to do more and more. We also, you see it here, have a black screen and white screen, because a lot of people with ADHD, white comes too hard to us, light also. And then that's why we have made also a black version for it. You're muted now.
Damn it! I pressed the button. I did. Something we wanted to tell people about is that we do have Q&A. So, like, if they go to globaladhd.com, they can upload their questions. So do that. If you've got a question you want to ask, upload it there.
Please.
Because we're streaming on multiple platforms. So on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, there's lots of places for people to comment. We are focused on looking at them in the ADHD, globaladhd.com platform as a sort of central place to do that. So because you're saying really interesting things, I wanted people to know that was an option. Right, back to you. I presume you would like a new slide.
Yeah, it's okay. Please show it. So what we want for people is we have a help toolkit. It's evidence-based, and there are different tools in it. You can show the next one. We want people to help with everything that they come through, on the day. So we have courses like an ADHD basic course, or what is autism, a course about depression, and everything to help you, for example, sleep better in 12 weeks. It must be very useful and very powerful. Otherwise, we stop doing it. We have also things about manage weight, quit a bit habit, help you with money problems, doing self-test, because that is the benefit of having ADHD. We have everything. We don't have only ADHD. We also have autism. We also have anxiety. We also have some depression. We also have eating disorders. And for me, it's great, because then we can help much more people with that. So here we have a lot of tools. You can go to the next screen. Self-help programs, self-test, meditations, for example. We have made meditations because sometimes, we can get angry suddenly. And then we have a meditation for like 3 minutes or 1 minute who can help you, to get rid of that anger. So then you put in your meditation on, you click on start, and then it will help you. You can also follow how you are sleeping. We connect it to a bracelet, and then you can see how much you're sleeping, but also why did you sleep not right. I found out before, for example, that when I play tennis until 10 o'clock in the evening, then I was had a lot of problems with sleeping until 2 in the night or 3 in the night. So I stopped doing that until 10 o'clock, but I stopped at 8 o'clock in the evening. And then I was sleeping around 12. So that was better for me. That's why I learned that from filling in this in the app. You can go to the next one. So what, for example, we also learn people is very simple tools therein is. We have a lot of stress in our head. A lot of people with ADHD, when they are peeing, they don't empty the bladder totally. So when you're going to sleep, a lot of times you wake up in the night because you have to go to the bathroom. What you can do then, what we learn people, is to close your eyes and to have something like a sleeping cloth over your head, over your eyes, and then pee. Because when you do that, then you empty your bladder like 90%, and you don't have like 20 or 25% left in your bladder. And that's why then you will not get up in the evening or in the night that you have to go to the bathroom. It's very simple, but it's very helpful because that's why you can sleep much, much better and more hours in the night. A lot of people, with ADHD, you also know when you are in the car and you have to go away and you're thinking, no, I don't have to go to the bathroom. You go and in 5 minutes, shit, I have to go to the bathroom. Well, that is the same. So when you go to the bathroom, close your eyes and then pee, and then much, much more will be done.
Sorry, I'm totally intrigued by this. It's news to me. So ADHD people don't. Yeah, it's done. Go on. We will get back to it. The people with ADHD, and I'm just checking this is regardless of gender because it's a little boy you've got peeing. Yeah. They tend not to empty their bladder. Is that what?
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Well, it is because the connection between your brains that give the sign to the bladder is not working fully for people with ADHD. Because of, we have a lot of stress in our head because of the hormones. And that's why we don't give the signal directly to the bladder. Especially for women, that's a problem because a lot of people, women with ADHD have bladder problems. Excuse me for my English. They have problems, with peeing also. And with men, it is a lot that you have to go to the bathroom a lot in the night. Or when you are in the car and you're thinking, shit, I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't empty my bladder. But it is for everybody, yeah.
And that's due to the lack of a missing connection in the brain.
Yeah, the connection is not fully like normal people.
Okay, and
so
the solution is to be aware of it, so you do empty your bladder, and you said something about covering your eyes.
Yeah, you have the sleeping covers for your eyes where then it's totally dark, and that's best when you do that. So you go to the bathroom. Yeah, you go to the bathroom. You make everything dark, or you close your eyes. Or it's even better, to put something above your eyes and then just pee. And then, like 95% it will go out of your bladder.
I imagine if you live with someone, I imagine they very much hope you sit down when you pee.
Well, yeah. I'm doing it already now for 25 years. So, I had a fight with my wife and with my daughter. She's now 20 years old. But I do it always for them. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, you have a problem.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Right, back to slides.
So this is something that we learn people. And it's very handy. For example, also binge watching. People with ADHD, we tend to binge watch a lot because, we when we like something like Suits, I watch Suits, all the episodes all the total series in like 7 days or something. So yeah, then you're watching until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to get up for work at 8 o'clock. Well, then your ADHD symptoms are, skyrocketing. So that's why we learn people, for example, not to stop at the end, because then you have a cliffhanger, but stop at 50%. And when you have stop at 50% of one episode, then you don't want to see the next episode. And that will save, for me, it saves a lot of times, of sleeping. So that's a very simple thing, what we learn people, how to binge watch less. Making up your bed. A lot of people with ADHD and autism and anxiety and depression, we have a sleeping problem. So, for example, a very simple thing that we learn people is making up your bed. Because when you're making up your bed, you will sleep better. It is science proven. It is also that your brain is then more wired, that your bed is your bed for sleeping. And you close also your sleeping habit in the morning. And your brain knows when he comes to bed, he sees a very neat and tidy bed. This is for sleeping. We see it now in the app. We do a lot of tests with our users and patients, and like 650 people in the Netherlands also. Every morning they will make up their bed, and that's why they're sleeping better. It's a small thing, but it helps a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay, do you want the next slide?
Yeah, well, I will show you some more. What we're also using is a lot of rewards and fun, because if something is not fun, then we are not doing it. Your brains don't like things that are not fun. So for our users, we call them helpers. They get helps rewards. Helps are coins, and what you can buy, you can show to the next screen. We just have simple shop items like t-shirt, like hoodies, like yoga mats, for example, or healthy books. But you can also donate to help other donations to help people in Ukraine, for example, or in Pakistan. It is all that when you're doing something, it also must give you fun, but also with that you're getting rewards, you're getting dopamine. And our brains, we have a lack of dopamine. We work on dopamine. So that's why your brain wants to do things, because you get those rewards. That is the end of my presentation. Now you can ask me all the questions.
Oh, is it like, well, there's more slides?
Yeah, I know, but then then I'm showing
look,
all
that
these
has
slides.
to be shown, surely. Like, it's wonderful. Is this how you felt when you like sent it in 30 minutes ago? You're like, boom, this is me.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah, I've done it. So I reward myself. So I've taken something to eat and something to drink to reward myself also. But it's important, that you're rewarding yourself. And that is what we do also in the app. We give people a lot of rewards for everything what they do. Because we tend to do a lot of things not. I'm the king of making to-do list, but I'm also the king of not doing anything from my to-do list. And now everything what you will do in our app also will give you rewards. And we know that is important, and we know also that it is working. So we also have challenges. Then you can join the challenge, and when you win a challenge, or if you join the challenge together with all people, then you will all get rewarded for that.
So there's team challenges to come through.
Yeah, because what we see is that people wants to help each other, especially people with ADHD. We want to help everybody, also ourselves, but we forget a lot of times to help ourselves. But we want to help others, and that is for us also very important. We have a community in our app, and that people can talk with each other about it, but also there are also experts in it, and experts will also help people with questions, with Q&A, to help further. Peer support is something very important, because why? We tend to listen and to learn much more from people who also have ADHD. You can go to the next one. So there are a lot of groups, different groups, for example, women with ADHD. We had a lot of questions from women who said, I have a baby now, but how can I raise my baby? I have ADHD, and that's a little bit an issue. But then we have made a special group for that kind of users, and then they also can help each other, and we're looking for an expert who can also help them. You can go to the next one.
on the superhero analogy, I think I said with Meg earlier, it's my favorite thing to go to when it's mentioned, is that I find the superhero analogy can be quite undermining. It has a positive side, which saying like, you got a superpower, yeah. But it's also quite undermining because like there's a lot of moments where I do not feel like a superhero at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Yeah. And actually people saying, oh, you've got a superpower can be quite undermining when life's very, very difficult.
Really it is.
And so the way I've tried to neuter that argument and retain the nice aspects of it is to say like, yes, if I'm agreeing we've got the superpower, but the only problem is like this world is littered with kryptonite. And,
a lot of kryptonite.
Yeah, really a lot of kryptonite, and some of there are people kryptonite, and there's object kryptonite, and there's task kryptonite. But like, and I find it a helpful analogy because then it's like, right, okay, look, if I'm to access like those real strengths of super flow, hyper focus, I have to deal with the kryptonite, and that then I think becomes quite useful without. And that kryptonite can also be within inside you, within your own attitudes. And I can see a lot of what you're trying to do.
That's what I think that is almost the most beautiful thing I heard in a few months. What you're saying now, nice. That is really that is what it is. It is also what you see every day when you get up out of bed, when you are talking to people, when you're going to work, when you're seeing people on the street. It is all kryptonite for you. It is the light, it is the sound, it is people, it is so much things. And but I tend to see, more the superpowers in me that are much, much stronger than the kryptonite. Because that is, I think, also the superpower of ADHD. We always tend to get up. We fall down and we get up. We fall down and we get up. But we get up more than we fall down. But that is also what is, I think, important to also let people know that it is so hard. It is not just something like I have a headache for a few minutes. No, really things are really, really, really hard. And for me, it is a lot of times that you're thinking I'm surviving instead of I'm living. And that is why I want to help people to start living again and not surviving.
I think that's an important statement. It's certainly where we are and what I'm personally at as well, which is helping people with ADHD thrive. We know they can be absolutely wonderful successes and getting all that they look to want to achieve out of life. But we also know that people can be completely constrained and that people can be put in situations of kryptonite, of massive problems. And that can be a bad work environment, or it can be but it can also be not having the systems in place that can release you.
Yeah. Or a little thing, just that they don't want to open their mail. And if they don't open their mail, they get a lot of people on the door that demanding money from them, and they're getting in money problems. And that will give them so much stress and will make the ADHD much worse. So we also learn people just to open their mail. It's for a lot of people, it sounds very simple, but not for us. But it can give you so big problems.
That was mail, not milk, because I heard milk first.
Oh, sorry.
And I thought it was an analogy. Oh, look, you're speaking
post mill.
I certainly I'm criminal at that. Where I do not open mail very often. I've actually kind of made peace with that. If I'm honest.
You're right. So,
but it's not never. It's every week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I did it also, and then I learned myself in another way, to open it and to, for example, also I have a lot of voicemails, and I never tended to listen to them, but now I got a phone sound that is very cheerful, and that's why every time I just pick up my phone because I'm cheerful. And before that, I didn't want to do it. So you're trying to cope and to make everything much more fun and healthier for yourself.
It's fascinating. Now, and well done for people who've put some questions in. So go to globaladhd.com and You'll see the Q&A section. You can put some questions in. We'll come to those. There are a couple, just a few more slides. And obviously do donate. Like, this is a charity enterprise, and you're very kindly giving your time. There's no
problem at all.
It's very, very generous and appreciative of you. But no one's getting paid. Everyone's doing it for the love and the cause and to try and make change. So thank you. Thank you. Right back to your slides.
To help people, that is the most important thing that we all want to do. Maybe you can show some slides. So here, we have a lot of groups. You can go to the next one. The groups are important for the peer support. The monitoring is also, if in PUK, important, because we do checkups, logins, and that will be done by the nurses and the doctors. And then they will follow you, what is your heartbeat, what is your weight, are you taking your medication, how is it with your sleep? So they can monitor you and they can help you better. You can go to the next one. We do this with bracelets and with smartwatches. So then automatically all this information, all this data will be sent to the app. And then a nurse and the doctors can follow that if you want it. So if you say yes, then they can follow you and they can help you much better. And that's also very important for your medication, because to take your medication at the right way, you need, for example, this pill box. We've made a pill box and that will be connected to the app. If you're taking your medication, it will give a sign to the app that you've taken your medication. And there you can also get your rewards. Because a lot of times then I think, shit, did I forget to take my medication? Yes or no? And I'm not going to take it another time. And this will help you, to reminder and not to forget it. And that is important also, that you get in contact with people, so with the nurse or with the doctor who is doing your titration. And that goes then through the app. So when you have a question for them, you can ask them a question also with a secure chat, and you can send then a chat to the app, and they will ask you also questions, and they can help you much better. So the safeguarding is an important part in our app. You get their support. You can call, you can send a message, you can do it through WhatsApp. Well, this is not from us.
That's from me. That popped up on my other screen.
I thought I never saw that before in our app, but okay. And we are ISO 2007-1 compliant and GDPR compliant. And that's important because people must feel that they are safe in this environment. So it's not just like Facebook or like Twitter or something else. You're in a secure environment. You're also there. You can ask people questions, and people will also help you. And you are anonymous there, so people will never know who you are if you don't want that. We have a big safeguarding team who always take care of you and make sure that nothing strange will happen. And otherwise, people will be removed if something will happen what we don't like. And our little robots can always help you. We have the FAQs, support videos, and very important, contact support. So you can always call or send a message through the app or through WhatsApp. And yeah, this is our help app. And what we want is that people will be happier, will be more happier in their life, and that we can support them through our app after also the diagnosis and after that they have given medication. That's it.
Well, it's fantastically done, and well done for putting it off half an hour before it was it was due. So we have had a couple of questions sent in, and do other people do put your questions into globaladhd.com Q&As. That's where to do it, and obviously, like, I possibly will labour this point, but do donate. All donations get shared between the organising charities, ADHD UK, us, ADHD New Zealand, who you'll see a lot more of during the night, and ADHD South Africa, who you'll see in the morning. So I think they're both. We've got two questions so far, and they're both quite similar, but it's really how to get it. It's when is it available and where is it available, and bearing in mind we are a global conference with 55 countries represented.
I know
there are obviously people keen to know how to get it. So I can see there that so over to you.
In the beginning, it will now be available for the patients from PUK. And it doesn't matter where they are. They can be in the UK, they can be in Germany, they can be in New Zealand. Everybody can use then the app freely. After a while, it will be also available for other people. Also in other countries. And then we have to also translate it. So first we are starting the English version in the UK, and after a while we will start also for other countries.
So it's UK only, and only through Psychiatry-UK. So they have
in the beginning.
They have it exclusively at the moment.
We make it together. We make the app together, and it's just for the patients from PUK. That's why what we started for. And PUK has a lot of patients per year. So we first start helping them, and then we will learn a lot from also what is working very good, and also things that are working not so good. And then we will change things and make it better. And every day we want to make it better and better and better. Then also eventually it will be available for other people also.
Oh, fantastic. And I think that's important. One of the things we're trying to do as a conference, and one of the things and it's exciting having you here, is like, look, we are talking about stuff which is at the cutting edge of ADHD, where we're trying to look at stuff where there's change. So for people to advocate for it in their own territories, in their own parts of the world, because that's where we want to be, right? We want to be changing it. And I think one of the things that I think is particularly interesting and exciting about what you're doing is it's a really significant effort in the post-diagnosis part of ADHD. Certainly in the UK, we've particularly within the NHS, and I think it's important to note Psychiatry-UK offer right to choose. They are an NHS provider. A lot of it can be just like it certainly was in my case. Here's your diagnosis, like medication, yes, no, let's see, yeah,
and bye.
And actually,
good luck.
Completely honestly, one of the reasons I founded the charity was like it was very clearly a massive problem that you couldn't find the support, the help, the ideas, the strategies, the solutions. Like I'd find myself reading stuff, and it was focused on kids, and as a bloke working at a desk, like this is no use to me at all. And
that is what we want to provide. That's why there are more than 350 tools, because not one tool helps everybody. It's especially, it's personal. For me, something will help, and for you, something else will help. And that's why we are putting so many tools there that you don't have to look for yourself. It is evidence-based. And it will help you after the diagnosis and after medication. But because then really it starts. You have the diagnosis that is perfect. When you have the medication, it's also great. But then your life, it is not over. Then it all starts, the adventure.
Thank you. And, it is. And that's actually, and I think that particularly, that's where the thriving comes from. It comes from the diagnosis, the metaphor we use. Let's see, like I did well with my metaphor on kryptonite. Let's see how I go with this. The metaphor we use is that pre-diagnosis, it's like you're in a maze and the lights are off and you're banging into walls, you're knocking things over, you're hitting your legs, you're bruising and hurting yourself. And you're seeing other people navigate, and it just seems so much more simple for them. And the diagnosis turns the lights up. And yes, your maze remains more complicated than it does for many, but at least now you can see it, and you can navigate it, and you can plot your course. And so to take that,
stop blaming yourself, also.
Yeah, and that is a very important aspect, to kind of let some of those things go, to know that, well, actually, let's celebrate you, like arriving, like sending in your presentation 30 minutes beforehand and kind of going, I totally sent it in, like this is success, people. And I have ADHD.
No problem
I'm
at all.
going to an ADHD conference. I'm pretty sure these people are going to understand. And apart from making Christine sweat, like I was unaware of these things, who's the wonderful person behind the scenes who's been organizing everything, honestly, incredible. But you, in terms of letting yourself, you were not upset about it. You weren't worried, but that's the bit where it's a
Oh,
one
the
thing.
other people, the other people are worrying a lot of times. And when you are more confident about yourself, also about your ADHD, it comes in the years. I see it also. So I see when I'm now much more happier with myself and with the things that I'm doing. And then also my ADHD symptoms are less, or I have less problems with them. So I don't think there are less, but I have less problems with them. And also I see that other people have less problems with them.
So well done, everyone who's gone to globaladhd.com and gone to the Q&A section and added their questions. So we do have a whole load more now, and you've been upvoting as well. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, don't forget to donate. Do consider donating. Gotta say it. I will say it a lot. This is basically like a telethon, mate. I mean, yeah. And, honestly, we probably should be taking phone calls, but like, it's like. We only had this idea 12 weeks ago. So most upvote is when will it be available? So do you have like a date, or like it's just...
Yeah. We are starting with the first patients. We already started, and it will be because PUK has a lot of patients every month. For the mass amount of patients, it will start in the 1st of January.
Okay. Nice. It's a very specific answer. Dangerous deadline, my friend.
Yeah, we are. No. Sorry, no.
Someone's
because we are always we are ready. we are ready now, and we are now just inviting patients, to test it, and then we are learning already. So
we've had it, and it's got a few upvotes. Like, I'm under Psychiatry-UK. How do I get access? App looks amazing. Do you think if they ping them a message saying, "Please, can I be part of the trial," that might?
Yeah, absolutely. So, they can send an email to them, and they can ask for me, and then directly I will give them an answer, and I'm very happy to give them a test version, and they can help us test them.
Nice. Okay, so you've right. You're getting a lot of emails now.
Great, no problem at all.
We've had a question which has got a good number of upvotes, which is how do hormones affect women with ADHD? I'm actually going to hold you off on that. So we're having a section later on on medication ADHD, and that person is specifically going to talk also about ADHD in women and hormones. So and it's I should look at the schedule to make sure I actually know the name, but like it's a lady who's the research scientist who's actually the lead researcher for one of the major ADHD medications, and is very focused on this issue. Will it integrate with other things? So you said you've got all the different parts to the different tools within it, but does it integrate with things like Microsoft Office, Calendar, Gmail Calendar, for example?
Yeah. So it will also integrate with your smartphone calendars that you have on your smartphone. And so it will put also the things that you're putting in your agenda, it will also show there. Or when you have a Fitbit or a Apple Watch, it can also connect to that.
The man's got the answers, people. It's fantastic. There's a question: do you have to be a PUK patient to access all the app services? I presume the answer right now is yes. But
right now, yes.
Roll out wider in the future, but no future date. Just to clarify on that.
No, not yet. No, because we first start with all the PUK patients.
Okay. I've got one. I think we're going to finally nail you, because like every single answer so far, you've scored.
No, please.
You've scored like a gold star, or had the answer. Like, it's wonderful. So I'm supposed to be hard interviewer.
Yeah, please.
And no, I'm not. Completely not that. But let's see. So someone's asked about the link between Ehlers-Danlos and neurodiversity, but actually it's a bigger question, which is the app sounds amazing. Will it include something for Ehlers-Danlos, EDS, and hypermobility, as well as seeing the co-concurrence between ADHD and autism? I think the co-concurrence question is the core bit here.
Yeah.
That makes it into a very big world. So what are you doing around that?
Yeah, we're already doing that, because nobody only have ADHD. That is the great thing from us. We have a lot of things. So all those things will be also put in there by the experts. So for everything, for autism, for depression, anxiety, eating disorders, alcohol abuse, different things, all those things will be in there also, or already in there. And every month, every week, we are adding extra things.
And that's adding in additional tools and information.
Programs and different habits, but also different communities, different Q&As, webinars.
No, brilliant. Okay. Isn't this very interesting? Right. It's. I think that sounds wonderful. I do. It's. I look forward to very, very much to seeing where it's going. Like it's.
We will invite you. You can also be a tester.
Well, that's very kind. I would like. I don't know if I should admit I'm not part of the PUK ecosystem, so I'm not sure I'm quite eligible. But it's. We'll see if we can work something because it's because it's very kind offer. But it's going to the whole of PUK in January and then wider group later. Yeah, which is very important. Obviously, like we need to get the resources to everyone, so that's an important thing. Yeah. Right, as the interviewer, I get to ask the last question, it's tricky. Like, should I be late for the next segment and ask 2 questions? Apparently you've got a plane to catch.
Yeah, a little bit ADHD, I have to go to the airport. Otherwise, I'm too late for my plane to London.
Oh, that's in London. You should have done it live. It is live. Sorry, but no, but don't worry. Okay, fine. I have a meeting and a presentation for the nurses for PUK for the titration to implement it in the right way. So that's why I have to fly there. Fair enough. Okay.
Take your time. Am
I allowed like 3 minutes? Will I get away with that?
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Okay, I don't know. It's not like you're not normally. But they are quick because we are running because we've got the next thing to go to. In your ADHD journey so far, and the impacts of ADHD to you so far, what has made you happiest and what has made you saddest? It's the impact of ADHD on you personally.
The saddest, really, really, really the saddest, and that was also the part why I was looking for help for medication. That was when my children were young; they were born, and that was for me the saddest one. That I have to focus to be focused on them. So I had to get my mind off all other things, work and other things, and to really be focused on them. And then I thought, this is really shit. Those are my children. Those are the most important ones, and I need to focus to be with them. And I don't want that because I just want 100% be with them and not thinking about other things. And that was for me the saddest part, and also the point that I wanted to have help and to find medication, and I did. And the happiest part is that I can help so many people with an app. And I received a letter from a user, from a patient, and she said, my life is 10 times better and happier when I started using the app, and I'm not feeling lonely anymore. And now I can live more happier. And that's why we are doing it. That's the only thing we are doing it for.
Okay, and then thank you, and thank you for sharing. That's obviously a big share, and thank you. It's a question I try and ask people, most the people I bump into with ADHD, because it connects with the emotion of ADHD and the impact, and it's important, and I think it brings a lot out. Okay, and then my truly final question: how long has that Christmas tree been up behind you?
Every day, because every day is a holiday. So that's why I have every day a Christmas tree. So it's not about ADHD that I forgot it, or no, I have it standard in my office. Every day is a holiday. So that's why. And I also like snow. So it is also snow on the Christmas tree next to Superman.
Fantastic. You've been absolutely wonderful. It's very exciting to hear about your app. I think it's an important area of the sort of post-diagnosis area is incredibly important. It's obviously at the cutting edge, and it's sadly exclusively with PUK at the moment, but coming out wider in the future. It does have to get developed somewhere, and I think it's I think it's a very important, exciting thing to look at more formalised post-diagnosis programs, because right now, particularly in the UK, there is nothing. Like, it's just
no. That's why we are making it.
Thank you very much. We'll say goodbye now, and thank you very, very much, and thank you again. And good luck, and I hope you're not too late for your flight.
Yeah, maybe I see you in London.
That would be wonderful. At some point, let's do that. Bye bye. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Bye
bye. He's absolutely wonderful, and thank you for his time, and hugely, hugely appreciated. It's I hope people valued and enjoyed learning about that. I think the post-diagnosis phase is so important. Well done those who voted, who went into the app and made those changes. That's incredibly, put their Q&A in. That's how we're doing it. And do consider boosting. Like, you put in a donation, it boosts it to the top. Like, it was my prize idea only like about 2 weeks ago. We have a team of volunteer, all with ADHD developers, who've been making this Q&A thing work, who then built in the donate button as well. They've been absolutely fantastic. And if you are a coder and want to get involved, do consider it. Right? Go to our ADHD UK, get involved, and you'll see a link. It actually arranges a meeting with me to talk about what we're up to.